So you're still waiting on that person that you've been with for a while now to change. You've accepted them in your life for a committed relationship, knowing that they weren't perfect, knowing that they had quite a few flaws that actually make a difference in a relationship, not the type of thing that you can really overlook. In other words, you said to yourself, I can't be in a relationship with this type of person forever, but they promise to change, and you're still waiting for that change, right? It's been a long time and things are still rough, things are getting worse. Well, let me explain to you why that is. You can't date anybody's potential. What you see is what you get. Now, they may put on a poker face for the first date, second date, third date. They may put on a poker face for that. But typically, they can't hold it together much longer than that. They begin to show you who they are, okay, from that fourth date and up, all right? But the problem is that they promise you that that's not who they are. That behavior is not who they are. It's not what they're about. And they love you and they're so sorry they won't do it again. They're going to try their best. And then they end up keep doing it. Of course, to your destruction, because as they're trying to change, okay, you're suffering all the blows of that change. All right? Here's the thing. What you see at that moment is what you get. Who they showed you in that moment is who you're going to get. And when you sign up for a relationship with that person on the promise of them changing, you're not signing up for who they're going to be once they change, because the next girl is going to get that. What you're signing up for is a person of who they are. And you co-signed on their behavior because what that says to them is this: oh, she saw me act a fool, or he saw me act a fool, and they still accepted me as the way I am. So that gives them actually a green light or a license to continue acting a fool, because it justifies it, because what they say is, well, shoot, you saw that behavior way in the beginning and you still took me, right? The person that you want them to become cannot be that person with you, because number one, if they was that person, they would have never attracted you. Okay, something about you and your energy mesh with their energy. Okay, something about you, something about them attracted you to them. Okay, and when they came to stay and you accepted that commitment with them, that said a lot about what you're about, because guess what, birds of a feather do flock together. Okay, you may be saying to yourself, well, I'm not that way, I'm not violent, I don't be going all hard like that, I don't do what they do. Well, you guys do have some similarities, or else you wouldn't be together. Okay, and it's not the good stuff, it's the bad stuff. Okay, because you only attract the energy that of which you are. Okay, so if they get better and they will, because everyone gets better with time. It may take some of us longer than others, but they will get better. But when they do, they'll attract a different type of person, because now they're coming with a different energy. So them in their violent ways, or them in their destructive or disruptive ways, came to you for a reason. What you have to ask yourself is, why did they show up in my life? Because what belongs to me won't what doesn't belong to me won't stay with me. Because we can have people coming at us from every different area of life, but if you ain't making a commitment with them, that doesn't belong to you. But when you find yourself intertwined with people who you believe doesn't display the right behavior that you prefer in a relationship, or is violent, or whatever the case may be, you have to ask yourself, what about you attracted that type of thing? Because like attract like. Okay, so for instance, they may be violent, violent verbally, all right? And you say, well, I'm not that way. Well, what's your relationship with yourself? Are you hard on yourself? Are you violent with yourself? Do you not give yourself a break? Are you gentle with yourself? Or are you rough on yourself and hard on yourself? See, stuff like that people don't look at. That represents a violent nature within yourself, even if it's towards yourself. And because you have that, you attracted someone with those same qualities, except it's manifested in a different form of violence. Okay? You are your associations. You are the people you are around. There's a part of you in every one of them, and there's a part of them, every one of them in you. All right? And they show up so that we can work our lives out. We can see it and say, be confronted with it and say, okay, why did this show up? And that's a kind of a cue for you to kind of analyze yourself. But most people don't do that. They just say, oh, well, they drama and da, 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 da. But you still hang on to the promises, right? They're not going to change in your life, in your relationship. They're not meant to change your relationship. What's going to happen is they're going to use you for the punching bag. They're going to use you to suffer all the blows of all the changes that's going to take place in their life. And when they get to that point where they're actually transforming and changing, that's when they go to be with somebody else. So somebody else, their future girlfriend, their future boyfriend, is going to benefit from your hard labor. They're going to benefit from all the bruises and all the knockdowns and all the promises you took. They're going to get it with ease. And then you're going to be so bitter and resentful because here you was still by this person, ride to die, rode it out and was with them no matter what. And here they go with somebody else and now they're a better person. You ever had that before? You know, get somebody that don't really know how to dress and then you go and hook them up and now they're with somebody else as if they came that way. You know what I'm saying? So listen, point is, you can't date nobody's potential. You can't. What you see is what you get. Believe what you see, people. Believe what you see. Doesn't mean that they're right, wrong, or indifferent. Doesn't mean that they're bad people. They're just at a place in their lives where they're probably not ready, emotionally ready to be in a relationship, but they don't know it because all they feel is they want love. They're trying to fill a void. So they're getting it from wherever they can get it from. But they don't know that they're emotionally unavailable. They don't know that they're incapable of receiving love because of their past, the things that happened in their past. They don't know any of that stuff. All they know is they want somebody that's compatible and somebody that's going to accept them for who they are. So when you say, don't worry, I forgive you, but just try to change, because this can't go on forever. Let me just say this. Here's a clue. Here's the thing. If you can say, well, let me put it another way, all right? You know if the person is for you, if you can look at them in the state that they're in at that moment and say, and be all right with that for the rest of your life. If that person you're with never changes anything for the rest of their life, can you deal with that? Are you willing to accept it? If the answer is no, you're in the wrong relationship. Because now you're holding out for hope. Now you're hoping somebody changes, okay? And having somebody in your life that you know that certain things that you can't compromise on, and they promising to change, you know how much destruction that's going to cause you? You'd be better off just being their friend and being a shoulder to cry on. Don't be in a relationship with them. Doesn't make them wrong. This means that they need to get some stuff together in their life, okay? And you ain't got time for that. But remember, if you end up with somebody that's disruptive, abusive, whatever negative traits that you absolutely can't deal with, you have to find out why they came to you. Because believe it or not, you guys have a lot more in common than what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to believe. Because you're thinking that you're perfect, or you're thinking that you can't be them. But if you really look inside, you're them to some capacity. It may not be in the level that they are, on the level that they are, but you're them to some capacity. They showed up to confront you. You showed up to confront you. Okay? So that way you can possibly analyze that and say, what is it about me that needs to change? Why did I attract a person like that? Am I being gentle with the people around me? Am I being gentle with my family, with my kids, with my friends? Am I being gentle with myself? Am I being hard on myself? You have to find that violence somewhere and find out how it manifested and how you was able to attract such a person. All right? But higher than that, point is, get rid of them. Don't stay in a relationship with them. Be their friend. Help them from a distance. You don't want that type of trouble in your life. And you're delusional if you think that they're going to change for you. No, they're going to change for the next person. Okay? You're just their punching bag. No more. Get out of it. All right? That's it.